Hi, I'm Darryn Farrugia and welcome. That fill that I played is what I'm going to show you today, and it's actually not so difficult, and it's really based on one key component, which is the paradiddle-diddle. So firstly, let's have a look at what the paradiddle-diddle is. The paradiddle-diddle is a variation on a paradiddle, and this variation is in 3/4, and for the time being I'm going to count that as eighth notes, so it's 1 and 2 and 3 and the sticking is right, left, right, right, left, left. So let me count that in and play that for you. I'm just going to play that on the hi-hat. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Okay. There are typically or commonly two variations on the accents that we can use. We can accent just the right hand, or we can accent the right hand and the left hand at the start of the bar. A good thing to practice is just to play those two variations of the accents and moving those accents around the drums and keeping the non-accented notes on the snare. So here's an example using, and very slowly, using just that single right hand accent. 1 and 2 and 3 and. With the two accents, 1 and 2 and 3 and. So you can have a lot of fun just moving that version of, or both of those versions of the paradiddle-diddle around the drum kit. So getting back to this fill that I played at the start of the video, what I did was I extended that paradiddle-diddle. So I extended it by adding 2 notes to the bass drum. So now I've got right, left, left, kick, kick, right, left, left, kick, kick. And what that does, it puts this paradiddle-diddle into 4/4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that's the version at the start of this particular lick that I'm teaching you. The second half of this lick is just our regular paradiddle-diddle in 3/4. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play that on the hi-hat, and I want you to think of it as a bar of 4/4 and a bar of 3/4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and. That's it. Beyond that, you can count in 7/4. 4 plus 3 is 7. The next step is to orchestrate this pattern around the drum set. And I'm going to use a very simple orchestration. And this orchestration also utilizes both the right hand accent version and then the both hands accent version. So let me give you an example. The first accent is going to be played on the snare drum. And then in the 3 part, the right, left, left, the right hand accent is going to be played on the floor tom. The left hand accent is going to be played on the small tom. And again, the non-accented notes are going to be played on the snare drum. So let me put that together. I'm going to count a bar of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's the lick. That's actually what I played. Apparently, David Garibaldi calls this a bizarro diddle. A bizarro diddle. Fair enough. All right, so The first question you may have is, well, I don't actually play gigs in 7/8 or 7/4 or 7 anything, so how do I use this? So basically what I'm going to do is just create a 4/4 version of this, given that we spend probably most of our time playing in 4/4. And the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to play that sequence in 7 twice. So that's 2 bars of 7/8. That's going to give us 14/8. And then we need to make up 2 extra eighth notes in order to make it 16/8, which is basically 2 bars of 4/4. So all I'm going to do is put 2 eighth notes on the end of it, right, left. So remember, it's 2 sequences of 7 plus 2 eighth notes. All right, so I'm going to play 2 bars of time at that tempo, and then I'm going to play that fill, which is a 2-bar fill. So this is going to make a 4-bar phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can also add, well, really you can add anything to the last beat. Where I'm playing the eighth notes on 4 and, you can play that as 16th notes. Okay, so the next step is to actually double the rate again to 32nd notes, which is kind of what I played at the start of this video. So that means that that 2-bar phrase in 4/4 now becomes a 1-bar phrase in 4/4, but we're playing this as 32nd notes. So let me give you a bar of time and a bar of fill, a bar of time and a bar of fill. And this is basically what I played at the start. So you get the idea. I'm going to play an elongated version of this phrase in 4/4. It's going to be 4 bars long as 16th notes. Have a listen. Okay, so if I double the rate of the subdivisions back to 32nd notes, that's going to give me 2 bars of 4/4. So I'm going to play 2 bars of time, and then I'm going to play that 2-bar phrase. So it's going to give me a 4-bar cycle. beyond that, you can have a lot of fun experimenting with these two versions of the Paradiddle-diddle. Like I said to you, we've got the extended version, which has the double on the kick, and then we've just got the hands-only version. So we have a 4/4 version and a 3/4 version. So again, rather than playing them in sequence as 4 and 3, 4, 3, 4, 3 as a bar of 7, we can now randomize the sound of this idea by randomly choosing which one of these two versions to play. So I'm just going to mess around with this a little bit, see what I can come up with. I've got two options for the accents. You'll get the idea. I think it's important to be able to play the hi-hat with your left foot while you're playing these patterns. There are pretty much three options that I use. At this tempo, I would play quarter notes, eighth notes, or the upbeats. So let me give you an example with the quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's an example with the eighth notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here's an example with the upbeats, all the ands. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed these ideas. Have fun practicing. It's a fun lick to play. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below and I'll see you next time.